Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair powered by StriveScan. My name is Sabel Rasim. I will be your facilitator for this evening. We have about 45 minutes to teach you some amazing things about some absolutely amazing institutions. So they're going to get started in just a second with their presentation. But before they do, we are definitely going to have a good time and we're going to have everything running smoothly. But in order to do so, I just want to have some reminders for you. They're up on your screen, but let me just kind of zoom through them really quick, no pun intended. So we definitely encourage asking questions. You should absolutely ask questions, but how do you do so? You're going to just go ahead and go to your Zoom toolbar and click on that Q&A button. We encourage you to use that Q&A button to type in your questions to the presenters at any time. I stress at any time. Please do not wait until the last minute because 45 minutes goes by really quickly. And also we do not have a live Q&A happening at the end with your questions. So just please make sure you put in those questions in the Q&A at any time and not at the last minute. Also, please, when you're asking questions, address the institution that the question is for. Put that institution's name in the question so we all know who it goes to. Also, your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you, and that is why using that Q&A button is super important. Also, fun fact, your chat is disabled on your end as an attendee, but the presenters will be putting in their information in the chat, like their contact information or some cool links that they want you to check out. So please, if you do see a notification pop up in the chat, check those notifications out. All right, also disregard the signing up for more sessions. Although this is one of many college presentations offered, we don't have another for the next time slot, so go ahead and register for other fairs if you are interested. Last but certainly not least, if you want to relive the fun of this evening, or maybe mom missed out, or maybe a friend wants to check out these schools too, guess what? We could do that, or you could do that, because all sessions are being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Ohio. Without further ado, I would love to get started. Again, my name is Sabel. I'll be your facilitator popping in and out. First up, we have Northland College.
Hello, I'm Tori Schell, and I am an admissions counselor at Northland College in Wisconsin. And let's jump into it. So Northland is located in Ashland, Wisconsin, like I mentioned, and it was founded in 1892. The college is a community of about 600 students from about 29 different states and a handful of different countries. We're located in the Chequamegon Bay area of northern Wisconsin, which is about an hour from Duluth and about 40 minutes from the Apostle Islands National Lakeshore. Northland's main campus is about 100 acres in size, but our campus is just the beginning. We're right between the city of Ashland, which is a population of about 8,200, and almost 1 million acres of national forest. The city itself is historic with great buildings, cozy restaurants, local craft and antique stores, a co-op, a movie theater, a little skate park, walk and biking trails, and of course the harbor. The city itself has a delightful character, which was shaped by about 100 years of extraordinary history. We're part of a proud tradition of liberal arts colleges, but we have a bit of a twist. We focus a lot on sustainability and social justice. And this building here is Wheeler Hall, which is my favorite. And it's the first to have been built on campus back in the 1890s. And today it hosts our humanities programs and majors. Speaking of which, ours span the arts and sciences with notable Northland specific programs like natural resources, outdoor education, sustainable community development, and more, with new minors of sustainable agriculture, sports management, and climate change studies as well. We are also NCAA Division III for athletics with 14 different varsity sports, roughly 38% of our student body participating, and a brand new field, which is exciting. And we've got everything from soccer to hockey to volleyball and lacrosse and more. Northland's commitment to environmental education has been noticed around the US by some notable organizations. We're recognized as a cool school by Sierra Magazine, also in 2020. And we joined the Real Food Challenge. We're also an Eco League member, so we've got partner schools across the country that we work with. And we also divested from fossil fuels back in 2017. We're also Wisconsin's first bee campus. Another defining characteristic of Northland is our strong sense of community with tons of different clubs and orgs, 3 different student publications, a gear rental outpost on campus, and a small community. It's a great place to make friends and get a great education at the same time. It's the kind of spot where people will just say hi to you as you walk down these sidewalks, even if you've never met them before. Our location really underwrites everything that we do. Our central to our sense of place is Lake Superior, just 10 blocks off campus. Lake Superior is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area. At about 350 miles long, it's roughly the size of North Carolina. It's also so vast that it even creates its own weather patterns, which we're experiencing today with a little bit of snow. Over the course of almost 130 years, Northland has developed a style of education that really thrives in this environment, most notably by providing experiential education in abundance, whether it's out in the field, in the lab, or out in the community. For example, our biology and natural resource majors spend countless hours out in the field. Professor Michelle Small said it best when she said, "I love that Northland College is a school where you can know your students by their names, you can do your job in depth, giving 100%, expecting the same in return, and reaping the rewards as you see real progress in your students' growth and development." She's been teaching at Northland for about 47 years now and still holds that same opinion. Let's talk applying. It's free to apply at Northland, and letters of recommendation are not required, nor are essays. We're also test optional this year, so if you haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT, that's totally okay. And review takes about 2 weeks here at Northland. We also take things like the Common App and Parchment. And let's talk scholarships and aid. The total cost of attendance for next year is about $49,000, though nobody pays that much. Our academic scholarships start at $19,000 per year, and there's also no extra out-of-fee state for students. There's also merit-based scholarships available, and be extra sure to send us your FAFSA to qualify for things like work study and federal grants and loans and all that good stuff. And in the end, be sure to check out our socials to see more of what students are up to right now. And please feel free to reach out with any questions you may have. Thanks for joining, and I will pass it back to Sven.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Northland College, please put it in the Q&A down at the bottom. Next up, we have University of Wisconsin-Madison.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Gabby Knauer, and I am a freshman admissions counselor in the Office of Admissions and Recruitment here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I am the admissions representative for the state of Ohio in our office, so I am very happy to be here connecting with you all tonight and tell you a bit more about UW-Madison. So jumping right in, let's start by talking a bit about numbers. UW-Madison was founded in 1848, which means we have over 150 years of history on campus. We are the flagship public institution of the state of Wisconsin, so we are a larger university. Our total student body consists of around 45,000 students, with just over 30,000 of those students being undergraduates. We welcome students from over 120 countries around the world and all 50 states in the US, making for a diverse student body that are all coming from a variety of different backgrounds. As you can see, our student to faculty ratio is 20-1, with our average class size being around 31 students. Next, let's talk about the city of Madison. Perhaps some of you are familiar with the state of Wisconsin, and some of you may know nothing about us other than the fact that we have a lot of milk and cheese. Madison is the capital of the state of Wisconsin, and you can actually see the Capitol building in the center of this photo. Madison and our campus sits on what's called an isthmus, which is a narrow strip of land surrounded by 2 bodies of water. I personally love the city of Madison because you really get the best of both worlds of feeling like you're in a bigger city with a lot going on, while also being just steps away from the lake, hiking and biking trails, and many other fun outdoor activities. So you might be wondering, what's special about UW-Madison? Perhaps the biggest thing that sets us apart is our guiding principle that we've been committed to for over 100 years, known as the Wisconsin idea. Essentially, the Wisconsin idea is about taking the education that you gain and really using it in the real world to improve people's lives across the state, the country, and even the world. As you can see, we are rated the 26th best university in the world, 13th among public universities in the US, and 8th in national research expenditures. We also produce the highest amount of Peace Corps volunteers, which again really shows how students are using their education to help others around the world after they graduate. UW-Madison offers 125 different majors that exist within our 8 undergraduate schools and colleges. We also offer over 70 different certificates, which other universities might refer to as a minor. Unlike a minor, our certificates are more of a specialization and enhancement to your major and really a way of expanding a skill set and making you a more marketable Badger. I encourage you to research what specific majors and concentrations UW-Madison has to offer that really fits your interests and goals. While we are a pretty large institution, there are plenty of ways to make the campus feel a little bit smaller. There are over 1,000 different student organizations you can join, cultural communities, performance and festival opportunities within the arts, Greek life, intramural and sports clubs. We always say that every student could come to UW-Madison and have an entirely different experience because you're really able to tailor your experience based on your own interests. And of course, you can't talk about UW without mentioning our Big Ten Badger athletic teams. There are certainly many traditions associated with our Big Ten athletic events, such as jumping around at football games or the fifth quarter where the Badger band will storm the field and play all of those Badger classics. Badger athletic events are a really fun time for students to really kind of show their love and pride for the university. Along with your everyday academics and involvement in social activities, these are some of the high impact opportunities you can look forward to having as a part of your Wisconsin experience. Most students will engage with at least one of these opportunities, if not multiple. While I don't have time to talk about each of these, I do want to highlight one of our more unique opportunities, which are our first year interest groups or FIGs. First year interest groups are a cluster of 3 courses within a specific theme that you can sign up to take your first year on campus, and they're all taken with the same 25 students for 1 semester. So this is a really great way to create an initial support group of students who you will see a few times a week in a smaller class size. So it really gives you the opportunity to make connections that first semester you're on campus. At UW-Madison, we utilize a holistic admission review, which means we look at every aspect of a student's application. We put the most emphasis on academic excellence, which means we're really looking for students who are challenging themselves with any rigorous coursework that's offered at their high school and typically earning A's and B's. We will also consider those non-academic factors such as involvement, leadership experience, part-time jobs, and volunteer work. In order to apply, you can submit an application using either the Common Application or the UW System application. Within the application, you will list your grades and coursework, involvement, and submit 2 short essays. We will also ask for 1 letter of recommendation from an academic source, which typically means a teacher or counselor. UW-Madison is currently test optional through the spring of 2023. Students will not be disadvantaged in any way if they choose not to submit a test score, but for those who feel strongly that they would like a test score considered, we will use it as an additional piece of information in our review. And students can apply either by our early action deadline of November 1st and hear a decision by the end of January, or by our regular decision deadline of February 1st and hear back by the end of March. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our office at any of the contacts listed here. If you're interested in learning more, you can visit our Visit Bucky website to sign up for a full information session and tour. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, and on Wisconsin.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Wisconsin-Madison, please put it in the Q&A down at the bottom. Next up, we have Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design.
Everyone, I'm just going to pull up my slideshow quick. My name is Melissa Mersch Rodriguez. I am an admissions counselor at the Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, otherwise known as MIAD. We are also located in Wisconsin. We are Wisconsin's only fully accredited nonprofit college of art and design. We offer 4-year programs, which will earn you a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. Again, located in Wisconsin, you can see where we are on the map, also in position to Madison, which we just saw. We are about an hour and a half from Madison, hour and a half from Chicago, 5.5 hours to Minneapolis or Detroit in either direction, and a really great location for you to springboard off into some other larger cities. But we are also a medium-sized city ourselves, about 500,000, 23rd largest in the country. Our school is very small, though. We have a small community of 850 students, but we do continue to rise and grow. Our ratio of students to professors in any given studio art course is going to be 16 to 1. So lots of one-on-one time with professors. And the bottom number is a little arbitrary, but that is our creative square footage in the building. We are a single building campus, just one building, that's it. This is only accounting for space where you're going to be creative. So we are actually leading in the country for creative square footage per a student in the country. That means we have plenty of places to get things done, 20,000 square foot wood shop, one of the largest print labs in the Midwest, professional grade lighting studio, just to name a few. Highly recommend you check out our new and improved virtual tour to see all of our facilities in full swing. We have 5 programs, again, all BFA earning. First is going to be new studio practice, which is what you're usually going to hear called fine art or studio art. Ours is interdisciplinary, meaning it's all mediums combined into one. You can have a focus if you want, but you are never forced to, which can be a real bonus for people who work in all mediums. We are teaching students traditional mediums and techniques in this major, but we are challenging them to think into the contemporary realm. So we are concept-based, meaning students are challenged to do a lot of research and thinking and answer the question, why am I making this work? Why is it important? Illustration is our most popular major at MyEd, all about telling a story that could be in so many different ways, from graphic novels, comics, to animation, product designs, posters, textiles. If you are interested in animation, we are working on an animation track right now for illustrators. However, we do have a minor called digital media production where you learn how to do all of that. Communication design is what you're usually going to hear called graphic design. We are focusing on more than just the graphics. We want to communicate an idea. So whether that be learning how to test your packaging, learning how to photograph it, how to build a space, anything you can think of. Art direction is a popular career with this major. This is a project by all students thinking about kind of guiding a larger project. So there's someone who's overseeing the photographer, the typographer, the designer, the model, and seeing it all come together. Product design is the first of our 2 3D design majors. Product design is all about being curious about all the products you're using in your everyday life, from industrial things like cars, to tools, to just a pair of scissors. We are teaching students how to be critical of the products they're already using, how to make them better. They're not the engineer or the mechanic, but they are the designer, thinking about empathy, trying to make life easier for people by making the products better. Lots of drawing in this major, getting into sculpting, prototypes, and digital renderings. And then lastly, we have interior architecture and design. This major is all about space, about how we move through buildings, how furniture is set up, where the building itself is located, and how does that affect the design. We have students who go on to be architects from this program. However, the program itself does not certify you as an architect. We're thinking more about layout and inner thinking about how it works versus the construction. And then liberal studies are a third of your credits for a BFA that is going to be humanities, English, science, art, history. They are really important to bridge the gap from art to the real world and help round out your practice. We do have a variety of minors to help you hone in on whatever your niche is. We also offer minors and other classes through Marquette University, a large prestigious school down the road from us. So you can take up to 6 credits per semester there for no extra cost on your tuition. And you can pursue minors such as business, marketing, psychology, take some foreign language if you want to continue learning that from high school, participate in their athletics, use their gym for a small fee, and their medical clinic, because we don't have a gym or a clinic being a single building campus. Of course, everything we're doing at MyEd is to try to get you the career of your dreams. So this is just a small example of companies where students are interning and alumni are working. We also have plenty of fine art galleries around the city for more fine arts focused students, which you can see on this map here. Our application process is free and easy. All we require is your filled out slide room application, a portfolio of 10 to 15 images, and transcripts from your high school. You can submit an essay, ACT or SAT scores, and recommendation letters. However, they are not required. We do offer rolling admissions, so though our priority deadline has passed, we're still accepting, and you can work with me on your application. That's all I got for you. I will drop some links in the chat for you, our application link, virtual tour, and all the good stuff to contact me. I appreciate your time, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions from Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design, please put it in the Q&A down at the bottom. Next up, we have University of Vermont.
All right. Thanks for being here, everyone. My name is Jessie Murray, and I am the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions at the University of Vermont. I just want to tell you a little bit about the University of Vermont, hope to get you interested, and also give you my contact information so that you know who to reach out to, as I am the staff person that works with students coming from Ohio. The University of Vermont is a medium-sized public research institution, which means we have about 10,000 undergraduate students. You'll see that the ratio of our in-state and out-of-state enrollment is a little bit unusual for a public institution. Vermont as a state is a pretty small state, which means we have a small population, and we really do attract students from all across the country and the globe. So that makes it a really interesting student body and an interesting in-state and out-of-state breakdown. This is one distinguishing feature of UVM. We have about 100 different majors to choose from in our 7 academic schools and colleges, as well as 40 accelerated master's programs for students that know they want to get an advanced degree. They can spend 1 additional year and in 5 years get both a bachelor's and a master's degree. Our size, as well as the breadth and depth of different academic programs, all really add to that UVM experience. Another distinction is our faculty. The professors at UVM are world-class scientists and scholars driven to making new discoveries. They also really love to teach, and at UVM they get to do both. A further hallmark of UVM is that it is a land-grant institution. Land-grant universities are really dedicated to education that improves the health of our society, and we are really guided by that mission. So you'll see a strong sense of purpose in our classes, in our laboratories, really in every aspect of life at UVM. Some of UVM's distinctive qualities can, on the surface, appear a little bit contradictory. UVM is old, founded in 1791. It's one of the oldest universities in the country, but UVM is also constantly renovating its programs and investing in our campus to make sure that we are keeping pace with the world around us and that our students really have access to the best facilities and experience. UVM's size, at again about that 10,000 student population, is also unique. It's big compared to many liberal arts colleges, but also it's much smaller than most other national research institutions, offering that small school feel within the large school opportunities and resources. Our 7 schools and colleges also really help create that feeling of a more intimate academic home within a larger, robust university feel or environment. It's also true that our location is both urban and open. Campus is right in Burlington, which is a really great college town known for great food, music, and other arts, also business and tech and innovation. Lake Champlain is right down the street from campus, and the Green Mountains and Adirondack Mountains really kind of surround us on either side as well, right in our backyard. So we have sort of that city feel and that college town sort of resources and opportunities, but also really great access to the outdoors. Putting knowledge to work and learning by doing is another hallmark of UVM education. Our students participate in internships, research opportunities, service learning, study abroad, and many other hands-on opportunities and experiences that really put their knowledge to work and make their education come to life. Students find these opportunities through our Career Center, their professors and academic advisors, as well through our support offices like our Study Abroad office or our Community and University Partnerships office. The residential experience, where you're going to live, can be a big part of the college experience as well, especially in the first year. Because we have so many students coming from out of state, moving to Vermont for the first time, we really put a big focus on that experience, and all students are required to live on campus for their first 2 years. We've put a lot of thought into the creation of our learning communities that students will live in, and this brings students together around common interests and really creates a feeling of home away from home for students. Students can live with like-minded individuals in broad themes that aren't necessarily related to the major that they're studying, but these themes are things like wellness, sustainability, the outdoors, or the arts. So it makes that community really built into UVM experience starting day 1. UVM is a community that's really dedicated to supporting and celebrating the unique identity of every student, faculty member, and staff member. We share many things in common within our community, most importantly, a commitment to our common ground values, which you can see on the left side of your screen there. These are respect, integrity, innovation, openness, justice, and responsibility. When students will come to campus for the first time, the night before classes start every semester or every fall semester, they will actually sign a pledge to these values at a candlelight ceremony. It's one of our most cherished traditions, and it really just starts the year off right. Our community also deeply values diversity, equity, and inclusion in every aspect of campus life. We do have a number of campus identity centers that are active places to gather, plan, and really actively engage in these areas for students that want to really embrace their own identities and further explore them. But they really are integral to the entire campus community. And so they are not sort of exclusively for students that have particular identities. They really are large and important players in our community. Our 4 general education requirements that every UVM student will have to take or will have to fulfill also further connect these values. As a UVM student, you will have to take 2 courses focused on diversity, another on sustainability, one on quantitative reasoning, and one on foundational writing and information literacy. We chose these specifically because we find that they're really important concepts for anyone that's once they're leaving college to be able to be sort of a lifelong learner and a responsible and engaged citizen. UVM would not be the same without the city of Burlington, and Burlington would not be the same without UVM. The energy of our campus really feeds the town, and the town feeds it right back to the university with great internships, a thriving music scene, world-class restaurants, coffee houses, etc. So it is a great part of our student experience. A little bit about the admissions profile. You can see our average GPA is a 3.7 out of 4 scale. We do use the common application or the coalition application, and we automatically consider students for merit scholarships or the honors college. And for the next 2 admission cycles, we have decided to be test optional. That is a little bit about the University of Vermont. Hope you got excited to learn a little bit more, and you can see my contact information on the screen. I'll also put it in the chat there. So thanks so much.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you have any questions for University of Vermont, please put it down in the Q&A at the bottom. Next up, we have Virginia Tech.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm excited to talk to you about Virginia Tech. So hopefully everyone's seeing the Hokie bird there now. My name's Rich Davis. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions, and I cover Ohio as one of several states that I do recruiting in. So Virginia Tech is located in Blacksburg, Virginia. It's in the New River Valley in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. It's a beautiful place. You can see the campus there at the top of the slide. We're surrounded by those Blue Ridge Mountains, lots of great opportunities to get out and hike. Appalachian Trail is minutes away. The town of Blacksburg is an incredibly welcoming town, very proud of its Hokies. It's a great place to live. Our motto is Ut Prosum. That's Latin for that I may serve. And I will tell you that our motto is very important to us. It's who we are as an institution, and it's what we're looking for in our students, that idea of service. So there's a few examples on this slide. We got a gentleman doing COVID research. You do have the opportunity at Tech to do real research that really matters. We've got last year's homecoming queen selected once again based on a platform of service. And then our Corps Cadets, we're one of 6 senior military colleges in the country, 2 of which have a regimented Corps Cadets within the larger university. So our ROTC students are part of our Corps Cadets, and I'm happy to talk more about that later. So before I get into our majors and colleges, I will tell you that at Virginia Tech, we say major matters. So we're going to ask you to pick a major within a college and apply that way. So you just pick one, and that's what your acceptance is based on. So I'll give you a quick rundown on our 7 undergraduate colleges and an idea of the majors. So agriculture and life sciences is a lot more than just animal science and horticulture and agribusiness, although we have those. It's also food science, human nutrition, fitness and exercise, as well as international trade and development. Within architecture is our most popular degree program, very competitive because it's very small and we're ranked number 4 in the country. Some of the other programs within that same college: industrial design, graphic design, creative technologies, and smart and sustainable cities. So our engineering college is what we're best known for. Civil, computer, electrical, mechanical, a whole slew of those. Very popular degree, once again, very competitive. Next up is our College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences. So this covers a lot of material from all our foreign languages, theater arts, fashion, merchandising and design, literature, history, national security, and then on the human sciences side, sociology and human development. Our College of Natural Resources and the Environment has several degree programs in environmental issues, forestry, fisheries, wildlife conservation, geography, meteorology, and sustainable packaging and design, which is very popular. Our College of Business, we have degree programs in the standard business degrees that you would expect. A few that are outside the norm, we have real estate, hospitality and tourism, and business information technology. And our final college of undergrad is our College of Science. So a lot of programs in there, chemistry, biology, and psychology are both very popular. Economics, mathematics, clinical neuroscience, nanoscience, nanomedicine, physics, statistics, and geosciences. If you're not sure what you want to study, if you can't narrow it down to a major, we do have a university studies option that allows you to just apply to tech without choosing a major. We do recommend instead that you at least select the college, and then each of our colleges is an undergrad option. I'm sorry, an undecided option. Our Virginia Tech Carilion School of Medicine is a great choice if you're interested in the path to medicine. And then we also have the Virginia Maryland College of Veterinary Medicine right on campus. So we do a holistic review of your academic and personal issues when we're looking at your application. We take either the Common App or Coalition. We're going to ask you to submit a self-report academic record. We'll review that for academic rigor, looking for A's and B's and the most challenging coursework your school offers. And we're also going to ask you 4 short questions, short essay questions called our Ut Prosum questions to get a feel for you as an individual. Our in-state tuition is $13,600 with room and board comes in at $23,000, and our out-of-state is $32,000 with room and board comes in at about $42,000 per year. So I'm hopeful I've given you some good reasons why Virginia Tech, but I'm going to finish up with a couple of more. So we have a graduation rate that's virtually double the national average. When you do graduate, you're going to walk across that stage and have a job waiting for you, or you have already been accepted to the next higher level of education. Average starting salary is about $62,000 a year. And then I think the last bullet's the most important. We have a 93% retention rate from freshman to sophomore year. So 93% of our freshmen have made that switch from high school to college. They found a major they enjoy. They found professors that are challenging their way of thinking. They found over 900 clubs and organizations on campus to be a part of, that ultimately they found a home at Virginia Tech. And that's what we're hoping that you will find with us. So I will put my contact information in the chat, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Virginia Tech, please put it in the Q&A down at the bottom. Last but certainly not least, we have Johnson & Wales University.
Good evening. My name is Victoria Jeffries, and I am the Regional Admissions Representative for Johnson & Wales University, which means that I cover all of Indiana and Western Ohio and Northern Kentucky as well. So I get a mixture of all the states. I'm very proud to represent Johnson & Wales because we are a university that's founded in 1914. We're unique because we have a campus in 2 states. We have started in Providence, Rhode Island, where our larger campus is located. And our smaller and younger campus, which is about 13 years old, is in Charlotte, North Carolina. Between our 2 campuses, we are very proud of having a diverse student body. Most of our students do come from across the United States, from several different countries. But on the slide, you can see the difference between our locations, Providence being the older and our flagship location. We have a little over 6,000 students that call that campus home. And for our Charlotte campus, it's a smaller location, about 1,500 students call it home there. Between the 2 cities, we're very involved with the location where we are. In our Providence campus, we have 2 locations. So we do have a campus that's down city, that's in downtown Providence, as you can see right here. Capitol building is there, but this green space that you see is our quad that is located in Gaby Commons. And then this beautiful building is our Culinary Arts Center that's in our Harborside campus, which is about 3 miles south of the main campus that's there. With our Charlotte campus, we're in what's called Uptown Charlotte, and that location is nestled within a lot of the financial buildings that are there. We do have a wonderful several block radius that is very walkable for both of our locations and both of our campuses. With us wanting to be a hands-on community for all of our students, we do require that our students live on campus for the first 2 years that they are with us. And the span of what students can choose from as far as our housing options are going to range from your traditional 2 students in a room sharing a common bathroom down the hall, all the way up to 4-bedroom apartments with full kitchens for our students. We want to have a community. We want to create those initial experiences of being a part of a community as a young adult and a young professional. So between the 2 campuses, we have over 150 clubs and organizations that span from student government all the way through intramural sports. Being a Division III school, we do not offer athletic scholarships, but we do still understand that students have that desire to be a student athlete. So we do offer varsity sports, club sports, as well as the intramural sports that I mentioned previously. With us starting in 1914, we began as a business school. We really pride ourselves on experiential learning and being tapped into industry relevant majors. Here's our list of majors, and they can run anywhere from accounting to one of our more unique ones, which is cannabis entrepreneurship and equine science and equine business management. I think one thing that we are known for in the academic and culinary world is for our College of Food and Innovation and Technology. For several decades, we've been producing not just James Beard chefs, but also chefs that helped start the networks like Food Network with Emma Lagasse and Aaron Sanchez and several other chefs along that line. But depending on what you want to do, we do have some exploration majors as well as design your own. We're a school that we want our students to begin their major from day one. We want them to learn by doing, regardless of what their major is. We have faculty members that are there to teach. We're not a research-based university. We are a university that wants to prepare our students for that next step by having amazing learning labs, regardless of your major, because everything that we do leads our students to the 97.7% career outcomes rate that we do have. Out of our 8,000 students, 2,600 participated in an internship last year. Because we do require one internship for every student before they graduate, we've been able to build a pool of 1,500 different locations in 33 different countries to enable our students to gain meaningful workplace experience while they're with us. That also includes a broad swath of study abroad programs that our students can participate in. We know that we're a unique campus. We know that just like all the other universities that we look at, we have to be the right fit for you. And with that, and with the restrictions that we have on travel right now, we've really built up our platform on ways for our students to experience our campus and come and see if we may be the right place. We are offering in-person visits for both of our locations. If traveling to Rhode Island or to North Carolina is not exactly in your plans right now, we do have Explore from Home options, and they range from our Sunday chats that we have that can include faculty and current students, all the way to our cook-alongs for our culinary interested students that they literally get a shopping list for the evening and they get to cook with our chefs online for that period of time. Our students do receive financial aid, about 94% of them. Our tuition is about $32,000. Once you add in room and board, it will take you to about $50,000, but we review every applicant for merit-based scholarships. We add national student organization scholarships onto that, which would be FCCLA, HOSA, ProStart, and DECA. And then of course, we do need your FAFSA if you want to apply for need-based aid. We have always been a test optional school, and that is not changing. With us being test optional, you can submit those scores, but it does not keep you from being eligible for merit-based scholarships. You can see our dates and deadlines there on the screen. I am very glad to be able to present with you. You can scan the QR code. Please check out our media page that we have, as well as what we have on YouTube. My contact information is here. I appreciate your time this evening. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Johnson & Wales, please put it in the Q&A quickly, as we do have a few extra minutes left. If actually you all could, as my presenters, come back on video, I would love to see your faces again, because I have a question for you. So everybody, I have a question for you. My question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we're going to quickly just try and get through everybody. So if we could keep it brief, that would be awesome. We're going to start with Northland College.
Yeah, my advice would be to ask questions, whether it be of your admissions counselor, faculty on campus. Nothing is a dumb question, so please do ask us. We're here to help you.
Awesome, thank you. University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Yeah, definitely. I would say maybe start thinking about how you can really start challenging yourself in high school with your coursework, really just to help prepare you for the rigor of classes you can expect in college, and also think about how you can get out of your comfort zone a little bit and challenge yourself in college. I think college is really just all about getting out of your comfort zone and trying new things.
Thank you. Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design.
I would say try to connect with as many people on a campus before you get there as you can. So not just admissions, but talk to professors, talk to current students, alum, get all of the advice you can get, all the feedback on the school before you make that final decision.
Thank you. Thank you. University of Vermont.
So my piece of advice is to consider not just what you're really interested in studying, but also what kind of a community you want to be a part of, and some of the other aspects of how college is going to really impact you in your sort of your professional and personal journey. So think about who you want to be, not just what you want to be.
Awesome. Virginia Tech.
Yeah, so to echo what some other people have said, I think visiting either in person or virtually. So we have a lot of virtual options these days. Great way to get a feel for the campus, get a feel for what's there, dig into it, find out what major you're interested in, and find out who the recruiter is for that college. Certainly admissions is a great place to talk as well, but find out, like other people said, alumni, students, find out where they went to school and what they thought and why to find the best fit for yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Johnson and Wales.
In getting to know if a school is going to be a right fit for you, it's important to be able to see campus in as many different ways, as well as the community at large where you're going to be. But also think about your end goal. What is it that you want your experience at that school to do for you after you graduate? Not just getting a job, but what's the community? What are the professional? What are the skills that you want to develop? And how can that school fit into that for you as a unique individual?
Awesome. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate that. I know that I learned a thing or two, so I hope that our attendees did as well and that they were taking some notes. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again, presenters and panelists, for being here. Really appreciate you all for sharing your amazing information about your amazing institution. And thank you, attendees. Thank you for joining us. I told you time flies when you're having a great time. 45 minutes definitely flew by. So thank you so much for being here. Really quickly before you leave, after you close this window, the words "very quick" are literally in the middle of your screen. A very quick 4-question survey will appear. So please make sure to give us some feedback. We appreciate it. Also disregard signing up for more sessions for this evening, but we will have more sessions coming up, I believe, tomorrow. A recording of this will be available at strivescan.com/Ohio if you'd like to relive the fun. Thank you all again so much. I hope you all have a safe and great night. Bye, everybody.